Okay, here we go. All right. Number 3. The answer should have been 7 pi over 12, correct? 3 is 7 pi over 12. 7 is negative pi over 12. 13. 13, you could have various answers. 120 plus 45 would probably be the most popular answer. 15, you could have various answers. Pi over 3 minus pi over 4 is 1. 17, again, various answers you could have, but pi over 3 plus pi over 4 is probably a good one. Number 19, the answer is square root of 6 plus square root of 2 over 4. If you had square root of 2 plus square root of 6 over 4, that also works. Number 21, square root of 2 minus square root of 6 all over 4. Number 23 is square root of 6 minus square root of 2 all over 4. And number 25 is negative square root of 6 minus square root of 2 all over 4. Negative square root of 6 minus square root of 2 all over 4. I didn't hear you.
Do you have to put the 6 first?
Nope, you can put the 2 first. But you got to be careful on subtraction that the sign in front is what matters. Okay? All right. So the next assignment will have some that involve sine, and I'm only going to do one example of a sine one because they're just like cosine. So if it's a sine of negative 75 degrees, what two numbers on your unit circle make a negative 75 degrees? 45 minus what? 45 minus what is negative 75? 120. Thank you. 45 minus 120 is negative 75. So it's a sine of 45 cosine of 120 minus cosine of 45 sine of 120. That's how you'd get the sine of negative 70. Okay? So, sine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2. What's the cosine of 120? Negative 1/2. Cosine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2. Sine of 120, square root of 3 over 2. So this is negative square root of 2 over 4 minus square root of 6 over 4, which is negative square root of 2 minus square root of 6 all over 4. Okay? So the sine of negative 75 is the same as what the cosine of negative 15 was. Okay. What about tangent? Tangent's a little more complicated. So let's say we have the tangent of 5 pi over 12. Okay? Tangent of 5 pi over 12. What two numbers make 5 pi over 12? 2 pi over 12 plus 3 pi over 12, right? So it's the tangent of pi over 6 plus pi over 4. Then you look on your note card and go, well, this is the tangent of pi over 6 plus the tangent of pi over 4 over 1 minus the tangent of pi over 6 tangent of pi over 4. What's the tangent of pi over 6? Now, this is where you have to use your brains a little bit more. You have to put the sine over the cosine. So 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2, same as 1 over square root of 3, or square root of 3 over 3. plus tangent of pi over 4 is what? Square root of 2 over 2 over square root of 2 over 2, which is 1. Just plain simple 1. When you have the same exact things over each other, like 5 over 5 or 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2 over square root of 2 over 2 is just 1. Then you go 1 minus the tangent of pi over 6, again, is square root of 3 over 3. Tangent of pi over 4 is 1. So it's a square root of 3 over 3 plus 1 over 1 minus the square root of 3 over 3. What do we do next? How many of you like fractions? Yep, that's what I thought. Not a single person in here, well, besides me, like fractions. Okay? So, can I get rid of my fractions really easily? Multiply the top and bottom by 3. See how I showed it in both places? Because it's 3 over 3, which is 1. So it's a square root of 3 plus 3 over 3 minus the square root of 3. Okay, now what? Well, life is good until you try to leave a radical in the denominator. And then your trig teacher counts it wrong because you left the radical in the denominator. How in the heck do you get a radical out of the denominator when you have addition and subtraction? Multiply by its conjugate. Way to go. Conjugate. Multiply by the conjugate of the denominator, not of the numerator, of the denominator. The conjugate of the denominator is 3 plus the square root of 3. So in the numerator, square root of 3 times 3 is 3 square root of 3. Outers, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. Inners, 3 plus 3 is 9. Last times last, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3 square root of 3. Over. 3 times 3 is 9. Outers and inners and conjugates always, always, always cancel. So we don't have to do outers and inners. Last times last, minus 3. So we get 3 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 3 is how many square root of 3? 6 square root of 3. 3 plus 9 is 12 over 9 minus 3 is 6. If we factor out a 6, I get square root of 3 plus 2 over 6. 6 is cancel, so it's just square root of 3 plus 2. Like I said, the trig, sorry, it moved on me without me trying to move it. The tangent ones are a little trickier. They take a little bit more work. We'll do one more tangent one, and then I'll give you your assignment. Okay. That was the tangent of 5 pi over 12, right? Yep. Let's do the tangent of pi over 12 once. How do we get to pi over 12? The tangent of 4 pi over 12 minus 3 pi over 12, or 3 pi over 12 minus 2 pi over 12. But I prefer 4 pi over 12 minus 3 pi over 12. And you'll see why in a second. It's the tangent of pi over 3 minus pi over 4. Which is the tangent of pi over 3 minus the tangent of pi over 4 all over 1 plus the tangent of pi over 3, tangent of pi over 4. Tangent of pi over 3. So if we look at pi over 3 and we go sine over cosine, it's the square root of 3 over 2 over 1/2. The 2's cancel, so it's the square root of 3 over 1, which is just plain and simple square root of 3. That's why I like pi over 3 better than pi over 6, because it's not a fraction. What's pi over 4? 1. Then it's 1 plus square root of 3 times 1, which is square root of 3 minus 1 over 1 plus square root of 3. We have addition or subtraction with a radical in the denominator. What do we have to do? Multiply by the conjugate. So we multiply by 1 minus the square root of 3. It's the conjugate of the denominator, not the conjugate of the numerator. 1 minus square root of 3. So we FOIL. Square root of 3 times 1. Square root of 3. Outer, square root of 3 times square root of 3. 3. Inners, negative 1 times 1. Negative 1. Last times last. Negative times a negative is a positive, square root of 3. Over. 1 times 1 is 1. Outers and inners and conjugates always, always, always cancel. Minus square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. So square root of 3 plus square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4 over negative 2. So if we factor out a 2 on the top, and we divide, we get a negative 1 on the bottom, which if we transfer it up to the top is negative square root of 3 plus 2. Normally, I assign 9 through 16 all for this section, but because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to cut that in half. So on page 185, we'll go 9 through 15, the odds, just 4 problems there. Okay, so there you go, 4 problems. You got 15 minutes or less to work on them, so get to work.